I think lashes are so cool in terms of helping you feel beautiful about yourself. And you did mention earlier that there's a convenience factor.
A lot of women here, we juggle to balance career, your family, your relationship, kids' activity. There's just so much going on that getting up and getting ready, sometimes it's just not as that easy. But with lashes, it makes it just so much easier.
You Are Beautiful, podcast with J. Kim ND.
Hi, everyone. On today's episode of the You Are Beautiful podcast with J. Kim MD, I'm very excited to have as my guest Miss Misook Issa. And she is the owner of a Deka Lash studio in our Northern Virginia area. And today we're going to talk about all things lashes and how having new lashes can help you achieve the most beautiful version of yourself. So welcome to the studio, Misook. I'm very glad to have you.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So first things first, what is it about lashes that makes us feel beautiful?
It just makes life easier and it enhances what you currently have. It's just an enhancement. It doesn't change anything. It just makes your eyes just pop. It's that simple.
Okay. Yeah, very cool. And how did you get inspired to start a Deka Lash studio in our area?
Well, so I've been in fitness all my life, 20 plus years, and that was my hobby that turned into a career. I've always enjoyed having lashes because while working out, I didn't really have to get ready. My eyes were, popped, there's no makeup on, hair in a ponytail. I could go from the gym to meet a friend out by having lashes. I could do both activities, no makeup needed. It was just an effortless, easy transition. So when I started with Deka, I enjoyed the whole aesthetics, the service, from the start to finish. And that's when I started researching the company. And probably 6 months later, from the time I started researching, I ended up purchasing a Deka Lash franchise and opened this studio here in Sterling.
Yeah, congratulations.
But thank you.
I remember, it doesn't feel like too long ago when we heard the news and, we were really excited for you.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it happened pretty quickly. Was kind of surprised, but yeah, it happened relatively quickly.
Yeah. So for those people who are new to professional lash treatments, what can you kind of expect in the client experience?
Oh my goodness. Well, at Deka, from the time you start, at the time you enter the studio to laying down on our beds, getting the service, and leaving, it is effortless. It's easy. You get to pamper yourself and even take a 20, 30 minute, maybe an hour nap. All you have to do is basically communicate what you're interested in. Our professional lash care providers will go over possibilities, what you recommend, the looks, type of lashes, the length, the glue, the adhesive that we use, and then once it's all agreed upon what kind of look you want, all you have to do is lay down, maybe pop earbuds, listen to a podcast, or listen to a book, or maybe even fall asleep while we take care of the rest.
Cool. So it sounds like a very relaxed experience overall.
Absolutely. And I think our customers, our women here, absolutely deserve it.
Absolutely. So you heard it here from Misook. You deserve it. And I think lashes are so cool in terms of helping you feel beautiful about yourself. And you did mention earlier that there's a convenience factor, right? We're all about having our beautiful self out there. And, if we can kind of skip a step or two, that's a nice bonus as well.
Really is, and that's what it drew me to lashes when I first started getting them done. It was just the easiness, the convenience of just waking up and going about your busy day. Because I feel like a lot of women here, we juggle to balance career, your family, your relationships, kids' activity. There's just so much going on that getting up and getting ready, sometimes it's just not as that easy. But with lashes, it makes it just so much easier.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I hear that a lot of my patients, your clients, seems like they say the same thing. They're busy, they're working, they got family, kids, all sorts of responsibilities, and yet you still want to feel beautiful because you deserve to, right?
Absolutely. Of course. Of course.
Mhm.
We all do.
When you're completely new to lashes, what kinds of looks can you go for? And like, is there a kind of type of lash or appearance that is really popular these days?
So we like to direct them towards like, let's go ahead and talk about you first. They could come in with ideas from social media, like this. These are the looks that I've like, I've seen that they liked, and that's a good starting point. But beauty is so unique to everybody that when they come in, we want to make sure that you have the right look that's going to enhance you and make it uh, like natural as possible.
Mm.
So a picture is a good starting point, but then measuring your the style of your eyes and recommending a certain look is very much individual mapping.
Yeah, I really like that because, like you said, everybody's beauty is unique. And that's one of our core tenets here. And I'm glad that resonates with you and your customers as well.
Yep, yep. It's not one size fits all here.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So let's say after your first lash treatment, are there any touch ups? I think I saw on your website about having refills. Is that right?
Hmm. So, well, if you're new to lashes, the first week could be just a trial phase because you don't know what your habits are, what you shouldn't be doing, what products are you using. So we find that a lot of new clients takes a minute to get used to lashes. They might accidentally rub or may put products with a lot of oils, and then the lashes don't last. So there's a lot of multiple factors on the retention of the lashes. So for our new clients in the first week, if they find that they're not staying on, we ask them to come back in because we know that it is definitely a process.
Mm.
But once you're used to living with lashes and going about your everyday with lashes, then it is a twice a month refill. I like to also kind of think of it as like twice a month, like a reset button for myself where I look forward to
Yeah.
a 20-minute nap
Right.
twice a month. That's like everything. I look forward to this kind of appointment. I get up, I feel like I'm a little bit rested. I could finish the day.
Hmm.
It's a nice treat.
Cool. So yeah, I really like that idea of it being a process, right? It's not a one and done thing. As much as we may like to think that something for our beauty might be one and done, it's never that way, for sure. But also like just the idea of a busy working, somebody with a lot of priorities and a lot of responsibilities, just even a 20-minute nap twice a month, that sounds like liquid gold.
Right? I'm kind of sad that, Dr. Kim, you can't experience that because I definitely won't recommend lashes for you. But
Oh, why not? Why not?
I know that sound amazing just to take a nap middle of the month, twice a month
Mhm.
for 20 minutes. It's amazing. So those were the things that I really enjoyed about Deka. I was like, of all the appointments, I hated hair appointments. I don't know. I don't know why. Don't like nail appointments because my hands are now tied. I can't multitask. But
Uh-huh, right.
lashes, oh,
Mhm.
that nap is everything.
That's so funny. That's so good. Um, so in terms of, let's say you've had your lash treatment, between refills, what are some do's and don'ts with regard to taking care of your lash treatment?
Well, you can never dive like fully under a pool and go swimming. Definitely wear goggles. You don't want to let the water run down your head in the shower. You do have to be very intentional the way you wash your face. A little bit more careful about your nightly routines and your serums and your moisturizers, and then keeping them clean. Just like how you would clean your skin, you also want to clean your lashes, like the way you wash your hair. Any sort of
Mhm.
makeup that sits on there, you want to get rid of them. You just want to keep your lashes clean and healthy.
Okay.
But it is a
Uh,
process. It's an
right.
investment. you know, so you have to take care of it.
Hmm. Um, are there situations where, let's say, somebody goes for a particular look with a particular type of lash, and then they say, "Oh, I want to pivot or change directions." How does that work?
Absolutely. So our lashes naturally shed every day. We just don't see it because they're so short. But then the minute you put extensions on, you see them falling because they're attached to multiple lashes. So that is a normal process. But if you want to change up the look, as they shed, there'll be new lashes coming through. That's when we could go ahead and add different length, different curls, change up the style of the lashes. So yeah, we
Hmm.
could do it every 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, change up the
Right.
look.
It's funny because I've had some patients go to your studio and then they come in for eyelid surgery consultation, and sometimes, the lashes are so thick. It's like, where is your
Yeah,
eyelid? I'm kind of trying to figure out, trying to measure for the consultation in terms of how I can help this
yeah.
person's eyelids look more beautiful. But speaking of that, for my patients who have eyelid surgery, um, you know how long would you say we should wait between having eyelid surgery and then getting lashes on?
Well, eyelid surgery and recovery, that is a process just like lashes. So the doctors know best. Definitely with the doctor's recommendations for as clearance in anything you do, we would want to give it time to heal. So I would say at least 3 to 4 months, let the surgery heal, see how it's setting. Doctor says, you see if you give the okay, then we're good to go. But if I were to guess, roughly 3 to 4 months before they could actually start putting the lashes back on.
Something else that comes to mind after eyelid surgery, sometimes the swelling makes my patients say, "Oh, my eyelids feel heavy." Would you say after, like, you've had a lash treatment for the first time, do people ever say my eyes feel heavy or my lids feel heavy?
If they do, it is not the right type of lashes.
Uh,
It should feel very much like your natural lashes, light and fluffy. But by adding the extensions, gives it that fuller lashes that most people don't naturally have. So no, it should never feel heavy because they are very light.
mhm.
Most of the times you
Okay.
can't tell that you have them, and that's why if you're used to rubbing your eyes, you forget. You know,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're super light.
Yeah, I think just going back to the idea of waiting a certain time frame after surgery to have lashes, you definitely like want to show off your brighter eyes, which I think is a component of both of what both of us do,
Hmm.
um, and I think it's a nice compliment to have bright eyes, but also to like give it that extra va-va-voom with lash treatments.
Yes, I think it is a positive, easy enhancement. And I say easy because it really does make your day to day low maintenance.
Hmm. Yeah. Are there considerations for people who have sensitive eyelids or dry eyes or things like that?
So, sensitive eyelids, we could always use sensitive glue. That usually seems to help. And it could be multiple factors, though. If the lashes don't work and they have beautiful natural lashes, but just not the length or the fullness, we could always do a lash lift. Basically, it's a curl and a tint, which makes it look more like you have mascara on. And also, since it's curled, it sits up.
Mm,
Also, the brows are an enhancement to the eyes. So when you do like a brow lamination with a tint, it gives it that more polished look. So those are some other alternatives if lashes are just not for you.
right. Yeah, I definitely think that like this time frame, it's like the era of really full lashes, full brows. Back when we were younger, it was like the thinnest brows you could possibly have. But
But yeah,
that era I think is gone for good.
I'm so impressed that you are aware of that. Like you notice those trends because right now it's seriously the beautiful skin, just a little pop of like the cheek or the eyes, but nothing big and heavy makeup. It's just not it anymore. It's more like this natural look, and I'm seeing that trend when it comes to the lash styles. It's not the big, crazy, flapping lashes anymore. It is a very much a natural set.
Yeah, I think like, some people, at least for my relatively untrained eye, I can't tell if somebody applied mascara or if they've had lash extensions. It's that natural.
That's exactly the trend right now, and I think it's beautiful. Yeah.
Absolutely. Going back to just concept of beauty overall, I feel like more people now are saying, I want to have somebody compliment me on my beautiful skin rather than my makeup job.
Mhm.
And I think in that similar vein, like you don't want to be complimented for like the biggest, fullest lashes, but something that really just enhances you, right?
Mhm. Isn't that beautiful though? Like basically, it's saying you're already beautiful, and
Mm.
you're just enhancing what you currently already have, instead of covering up and going out in the world with a different image of you when you're naturally beautiful the way you are. It's just an enhancement of what you currently have. So I love the message. It's very different from what I grew up in my 20s. It was, more of everything, makeup and pop of color and the thin eyebrows. I don't know. I don't know where that came from, but that was not, I'm glad that it's not repeating right now.
I'm so glad it's gone.
Me too. Me too.
All of this is really great. In terms of exciting events or updates about your Decalash location, would you care to share with us?
I want to celebrate the strong uh, women that own small businesses in this plaza. So we are going to collaborate and do like a little beauty hub block party.
Nice.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
invite all our members of this business as well as Body 20. They're going to be joining us. They've got a couple restaurants here. We have a waxing company here, nail place, and also Forever Young. So we hope to get a lot of our members out just to celebrate us.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. I love public events like that. I'm an
Fun, right?
introvert, but I like events like that.
I like just meeting people. I like meeting people that have common interests, likes, just fun. Just get people
Mm.
together. And now that's spring, weather's gonna hopefully get nicer and warmer and draw more people out.
Outside of your work at Decalash, where do you find beauty in your life?
So many places, but I must say my first thought instantly goes to my kids.
Mm.
So they remind me every day how just the simple things are so beautiful. How they communicate, or how they just how they react and how they act around friends and us. I don't know. There's just beauty all around that. So my kids, I feel like, always remind me of the beauty of life.
Oh, that's good.
There were different definition or the way you see beauty.
Mm.
But if you're just asking about the definition of beauty as we know it, which is what the combination of like shapes and sizes that is aesthetically pleasing to our senses, that is what beauty is as a definition. But I don't know, there's just so much more than that.
Yeah. Yeah. It gets you right here. Hmm.
What you're asking, I would say like my kids remind me
Hmm.
of beauty in life.
That's gold. I mean, there's nothing more beautiful than that, for sure.
Right? Oh my
Mm.
gosh, they're my angels.
um, all right. And lastly, how can people find you and learn more about your services and become clients?
Deka Lash Sterling. Just
Mhm.
Google Deka Lash and then search Sterling, and you'll find us here.
Thank you, Misook, for your time. It was wonderful to learn more about Decalash, what inspires the beauty that your studio helps create for your clients, and how it kind of relates. It ties back to our core tenets of beauty. And I think you mentioned them all, like you are beautiful, you are unique, and you are worth it. And so, like, the services that you provide for your clients, I think really resonates with that as well.
I agree. Well, thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure.
I want to thank Ms. Sook sincerely for being on the show and for sharing her thoughts about beauty and how Decalash Studios helps bring out the most beautiful version of you. So Again, much thanks to her. And until next time, you are beautiful, you are unique, and you are worth it. Take care.